For years, the Harris family trusted their quiet housemaid, Martha. But behind her polite smile, she carried a darkness no one suspected. She poisoned one member of the family, got away with it, then claimed another victim in silence. By the time the truth surfaced, Martha was already planning her next kill. My name is Santa, and tonight I'll tell you the chilling story of a maid who turned her envy into murder, step by step, until her mask finally broke. Martha had been with the Harris family for nearly 3 years. To outsiders, she was the perfect employee, calm, hardworking, loyal. She cleaned every corner of their suburban home, cooked their meals, and always lowered her eyes with respect when speaking to Mr. and Mrs. Harris. But beneath that obedience was a storm of bitterness. Martha had grown up poor, scraping through life, while the Harris family lived in comfort. Their daughter, Emily, was only 21 but already living a life Martha could never touch. Emily was in college, studying aviation, talking about flying planes, traveling the world, living free. Martha, at the same age, had been scrubbing floors, invisible to everyone. That envy grew sharper every day. Emily wasn't just privileged, she was adored. Her parents spoiled her, her friends admired her, and whenever she came home, she filled the house with laughter. To Martha, that laughter was unbearable. It reminded her of everything she had been denied, everything she would never have. And in Martha's twisted mind, it wasn't just unfair, it was humiliating. The first death seemed like fate. It was Mr. Harris's brother, Uncle Robert, who often visited the house. He was a loud, arrogant man, always barking orders at Martha as if she were beneath him. He mocked her accent, complained about the food, and once even told her she was lucky to be allowed in the Harris home at all. One evening, Martha stirred something extra into his glass of wine, something she had stolen from the cleaning supplies closet. Robert collapsed later that night. The coroner said it was heart failure. No one doubted it. Martha hid her smile behind a mask of grief, knowing she had committed her first perfect crime. But that wasn't enough. After Robert's death, Emily returned home from college for a short break. She spent hours talking about her classes, about the friends she had, about her dreams of flying. Her room was decorated with model airplanes and pictures of her at the flight school. Each story, each laugh, each detail cut into Martha like a knife. Why did Emily get all this when Martha got nothing? Why did life give wings to a girl who didn't know struggle while chaining Martha to servitude? That's when the idea took hold. The second murder wouldn't be out of anger. It would be out of envy. It would be Emily. Martha began small, carefully observing Emily's routines. What she ate, when she studied, when she slept. Emily loved tea at night, always chamomile before bed. It was calming, her ritual. And one evening, Martha prepared that tea with steady hands, mixing in a clear liquid she had acquired from a pharmacy under false pretenses. Emily never tasted the bitterness. She drank, yawned, went to bed, and never woke up. The family was shattered. A 21-year-old, gone overnight. The doctors couldn't explain it. Some thought it was a hidden heart condition, maybe an undetected medical issue. Martha stood among the mourners, her face still, her heart thundering. She had done it again. But something had changed. Unlike Robert's death, this one left traces. Emily's friends whispered that she had been perfectly healthy. Mrs. Harris started replaying every detail of the last night, realizing Martha had been the one to bring the tea. And in Martha's obsession, she slipped. She stared too long at Emily's room, at her clothes, her photographs, her books, as if savoring the victory. Mrs. Harris noticed. Detectives were brought in, quietly at first. They questioned everyone. They asked about the tea, the food, the daily habits. Martha answered with her usual calm, but cracks were beginning to show. The Harris family didn't want to believe it. After all, Martha had been with them for 3 years. But the doubt had been planted, and Martha felt it. She felt the suspicion in their eyes, the way conversations stopped when she entered the room. Instead of retreating, her anger flared. If they suspected her, why not make it worth it? If they wanted to paint her as a monster, she would be one. And she set her sights on her next victim, Mrs. Harris herself. It started with small attempts. She tampered with the gas stove, hoping for an accident. She left pills out of their containers, thinking Mrs. Harris might take the wrong dose. But each time, fate seemed to intervene. Mrs. Harris survived, and Martha grew reckless. Then came the night everything unraveled. Martha prepared another meal, this time for the whole family, Mr. Harris, Mrs. Harris, and a cousin who had come to stay. She planned to poison them all at once. But as she moved through the kitchen, nerves betrayed her. She spilled a small vial into the sink, and the cousin, curious, picked it up. It smelled strange. Within minutes, Mrs. Harris connected it to the tea Martha had made for Emily. Her hands shook as she called the police. Martha tried to deny it. She claimed she was being framed, that the family wanted to get rid of her. But the evidence was undeniable. The vial matched the residue in Emily's stomach. Fingerprints tied Martha to the pharmacy purchase. And worst of all, she broke down under questioning. She confessed, not just to Emily, not just to Uncle Robert, but to her hatred, her envy, her belief that if she couldn't have a life like Emily's, no one should. In court, Martha showed no tears. She described the murders with chilling calm, saying only that she had felt invisible, worthless, ignored. Killing gave her power. Killing made her real. The jury didn't need long. Life in prison, without parole. The Harris family was left in ruins. They had welcomed Martha into their home, treated her like part of the family, and in return, she destroyed them from within. Emily's dreams of flying were cut short, Robert's arrogance silenced forever, and the memory of their housemaid became a nightmare they could never escape. This story isn't just about envy. It's about how quiet hatred can fester until it turns into violence. How someone can smile at you while planning your death. And how the most dangerous enemies aren't strangers in the dark, they're the ones standing right inside your home. So the next time you trust someone with the keys to your life, remember the Harris family. Remember Martha. And remember how envy, once it takes root, can destroy everything it touches. If you made it this far, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Because more chilling true stories are coming, and trust me, you won't want to miss the next one.